Hey guys, Soul Thief here. Hey, you delicious souls out there, looking all tasty and whatnot. Um, Today I would love to talk about more of my figures since I don't really talk about them too often. I showed you three of them, but I haven't told you about how I work with my figures and how anal I am with my figures. So, let me tell you now. So, the thing with my figures is that I have them all on my shelf. I'll show you in maybe a moment or two. Uh, they're all lined up in order from like smallest to biggest, and also they are in order by lighthearted to dark-hearted. So if you guys are a bit confused of what that means, I'll explain it. Don't worry. It could get a little confusing for those who don't understand my thought process. My thought process is pretty weird, so yeah. So let's start with lighthearted. My lighthearted ones are on the left hand side of my shelf, and they're like from, like romance comedies or like mystery, but like it's like lighthearted anime, and lighthearted characters. So those are usually the smaller ones. For some reason, I don't know, I think it's coincidence that they're smaller, but they are. So then in the middle of the row, it's like going into dark, like slow progression of dark. So it's like, yeah, it's still lighthearted, but it's a bit twisted or a little bit like crazy, I guess you should say. And then towards the right hand side is darker characters or morbid, I guess I should say, morbid type characters. Now some like one or two of my uh darker characters are small, but because it's dark genre of a character, like a horror, let's say, they have to be on that side. They have to. They absolutely have to. Now they're not going in order of who's crazier. It's more of just like a slow progression through the crazy. And in some cases, it's not as crazy. It's just the way they look next to another character. See, when I do this, I know this sounds like absolutely confusing and you probably just don't get it, but I'm gonna try and explain a little bit more. So what I mean by like crazy or something. Okay, for example, I did not want to do this because I wanted to present them all eventually, but I'm gonna show you guys anyway. So for example, I have a little bust of Harley Quinn, which is also a piggy bank. So she looks absolutely fantastic near Spawn and the figure of Undertaker. Like for some reason, like she contrasts those two because there's just black or dark black, gray, red, and then she pops with red and white and black, and she's so cheery, which is also interesting. To me at least, I don't know, but yeah, she's towards the almost the very end of the dark genre type characters, on my shelf at least. But Alice, from Alice in Madness Returns, the American McGee game, um, she is right next to Conan and female Deadpool. Now, that doesn't make sense to you, I bet. But Alice is one of the very second figures that I've gotten, and like ever since I got her, she was always next to Conan. So she would always be next to Conan, no matter like how my crazy head wants to break up these figures by genre. She always has to be next to Conan. It's more of a sentimental thing, which a lot of you might understand. I'm assuming a lot of you will collect things and have them in certain orders, you know. But that's how I do with those. Now, where the light ones start, or at least when they start to end, I guess, is at Conan. Conan is like the last stop. Um, and I made him the last stop because he has to be right in the center of my figures because, like I said, he was my first one and I love him to death. So let's get to showing you my figures. Hope you like it. Okay, so here are my smaller ones. This is all on the left-hand side. And then we move down the line. I would have shown it a lot better. My problem is that I'm recording this on my laptop, and my laptop is huge, so it was quite difficult to show you guys to begin with. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about how I deal with my figures and how, you know, how I do my process and when I get another figure, what do I think about, even though I will probably discuss it later on in other videos. If you guys are curious about all that, just, you know, hit me up, leave a comment, and I would be happy to respond. I love figures. I love collecting figures. They're like one of my like proudest hobbies. So yeah, let me know what you guys want to know, and I'll discuss more about it in other videos. But that's it for today. Leave a comment, like the video, subscribe if you want, and I would gladly appreciate all of it. Alright, well, that's it for today.